I'm Dan Weisenberger, and this is What are the Three Forms of Photosynthesis? With there being such a diverse array of plant life on Earth, it's understandable that each plant type would have a specific way of catalyzing and performing biological reactions and biological pathways. Photosynthesis is no different in that there are three main types of photosynthesis in plants. One is CAM, which is short for crassulacean acid metabolism. Second are photosynthesis in C3 plants. And lastly, photosynthesis in C4 plants. So if we start with CAM plants, these represent a minority of plant life on Earth. And examples are pineapple and some flowering plants. And CAM metabolism takes place in two stages. The first is at night, in which CO2 combines with phosphoenol pyruvate, or PEP, in the presence of an enzyme called PEP-C to eventually generate a compound called oxaloacetate, which then is converted to malate, a form of sugar, and stored in the vacuoles until the daytime. In the daytime, the malate is released into the chloroplast and is converted into pyruvate, where CO2 is present and enters the Calvin cycle. Pyruvate then is shuttled into the TCA cycle, oxidative phosphorylation, and generates ATP. C3 plants are the far majority of plant life on Earth and I think represent 95% of plant biomass. These are older plants in terms of evolution, and they catalyze photosynthesis using the Rubisco enzyme, in which CO2 and ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate merge with the presence of Rubisco to eventually form 3-phosphoglycerate, which is a substrate for glycolysis and the TCA cycle, which eventually generates ATP. 3-phosphoglycerate can also form sugars such as glucose, sucrose, and stored sugars such as starch. C4 plants are again a minority of plants, and their photosynthesis is a hybrid of CAM and C3 in that they do use pyruvate and with CO2 generate oxaloacetate and malate as in CAM plants. The malate is then transferred to the bundle sheath where pyruvate is formed, and that gets broken down into the various pathways to generate ATP. The CO2 gets put through the Calvin cycle, whereby more sugar is formed. So C4 photosynthesis is unique in that photosynthesis occurs really in the chloroplast as well as in the bundle sheath, as compared to the other ones in which these are located primarily in one compartment of the cell. I'm Dan Weisenberger, and this is What are the Three Forms of Photosynthesis?